Hello, my name is Katie Grant. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, and I am a current senior at Michigan State University studying civil engineering. I am here to talk to you today about navigating the college application process, which is something I know as a senior I loved to push off my applications and my essays, but when you break it down into a couple simple steps, it's really easy to figure out what university is the best for you. My first advice to you, I would say, is to reach. When you're getting a broad generalization of all your colleges you're thinking of applying to, don't rule out ones you think you might not fit in on paper. You can explain to them why you deserve to be there, even if it doesn't seem like it. When you think that your high school job or club was just something to be in, explain to them how you learned customer service skills or you were trusted with financial responsibility and cleaning things, and show them that you did more than just work at a grocery store or be in a club. Explain to them what you learned and how you took adult responsibility doing that job. And it sounds a lot better that you think of something that way so that you can look like you're fit in on paper then. My next advice would be pick a college that you love, even outside your major. Picking a college for your major is very important, and look at that. Obviously, you are very smart, but look outside of the major. Is there a place for you to belong? Are there student organizations and groups that you could see yourself belonging to? Is the culture and student life something that blends with your personality? And finally, will you as a student feel comfortable having a voice that matters? You want a school where you can fit in and where you feel like you belong. And that's something that takes a little more time finding than your major. And if you're undecided with your major, that's obviously the first step in getting started. But it is very important to see that there are clubs and student organizations that you know you'll have a place to be in outside of your major and outside of your classes. So it's important to look at schools that have the same values as you and room that you can grow in, where you can meet people that you want to share experiences with and that you will definitely feel comfortable. But look into the details of your major, what they have to offer. For me, personally, I wanted an engineering school that was on main campus because some colleges have their engineering building off on a separate location. And it wasn't something I ruled out schools for if they had an off-campus location, but it was definitely a high priority for me to be in main campus and part of the student life and walk around campus every day. So it's some little things that you might not think about until you start touring that you can ask and call about and look into your major for. What resources they have? Do they have free tutoring programs? How often are they run, and are they actually good? Some things that you can take advantage of within your college. I know that the university at my school has a lot of programs that run tutoring, but at the same time, so does my college. So I had resources to go either way and get the help I needed, and I found a school that wanted me personally to succeed. So that's something to look for. Are you going to be able to get the help you need when you need it? Ask about the class sizes. Some people love learning in a big environment and some people don't. It's definitely a preference that you want to figure out if you like. And if you haven't figured it out, there's always ways to get around it and register for smaller classes, maybe do an online class, some things to think about. But see if they have the tutoring and resources still available within those classes. Then when you go on all these visits, it's crazy. You're looking at colleges online and doing crazy research on their website, but it's so good to call and ask and see if you can talk to someone. Trust me, it's not weird. If someone came up to me as a high schooler and asked me to talk about my experience, I would love it. I'd love to share with you anything you want to know about civil engineering or my experience at Michigan State. It would not be weird to find a student that's a freshman or a sophomore that's been through what you're going through and can help you. Look into seeing if they have peers that can talk to you one-on-one at each school and be like, well, what didn't you like? What would you change? Is this the school for you? Because it's different for everyone, and you want to make sure that you can do that. It's not weird to reach out and ask people about their experiences. Everyone loves to talk about it, and it's fun to hear from other students and not just adults that are spewing information at you all the time. But when you go on these tours, you do get to talk with students, and it's a great opportunity to go in, and you're thrown tons of information at you on tours. You go everywhere, and I would say when you go to tours, you're probably narrowing down a lot of your schools. You may be going on tours before you've applied or after you've gotten into certain schools to narrow down where you're choosing. And I would say when you go on tours, whether it's before you've applied or after, go in with a list of questions. Go in with a set What are the class sizes like? Can I talk to someone? Are my professors engaged? Do I see my professors on campus? Will I be able to go to their office hours? What's the food like? What are the students like? And go in with specific questions, because you're going to get thrown so much information that if you're just thinking about certain things, you'll totally forget what your questions even were. And if you have them written down or on your phone, then you'll think about what you wanted to go in with, and then you'll feel good knowing that you got those results out. It's a good way to break down and figure out what you need, because when you're applying on these tours, they're going to give you everything, and then you'll be mixed up and you won't know what's going on. But it's still a fun way to get involved, and you just want to know that when you call these schools and ask for information, you are getting the information you want to hear, because they are going to want to tell you all the good stuff, but you want to learn about the bad stuff too, and what you might have to work around with, whether it's little things like laundry or big things like resources and tutoring. And finally, what I will have to say is don't be afraid to talk about financial aid, especially with the office. They are there for you to talk to. They're not there for nothing. And if you call them, it's totally understandable to ask for more scholarships, more resources, where you can get involved, what you can do. Funding your 4 years at college or more is something that you should definitely look into. And you already know when you look on the website the prices and the cost, but have them break it down, have someone explain it to you. Don't be afraid to ask questions. The universities hire all these amazing, amazing people who are there to answer all your questions. So don't be afraid to ask. There's going to be someone there to connect with you. There's going to be an advisor to tell you where to go and what classes to sign up for. And if your advisor doesn't know a whole lot, ask if you can talk to someone that took that class. Or there's websites and articles you can find students who took these classes and what they thought about it. Don't look for the first option, look deeper and find out what's going to be the best fit for you. Talking to the people on campus, they're paid to sit there and listen to you. Ask all your questions. Don't feel like you have to creep on these websites and go crazy in detail to find your information. Someone's there to talk to you, and it's a really big decision. So don't be afraid to look further and ask questions about this. Be prepared with what you want. This is a big adult decision that we're all having to make, and it's kind of scary to go into it all at once. If you have everything broken down into pieces on what you want by university, start applying. Get your applications ready. Talk to people. Find the resources from your high school, from the colleges you're applying to, and people that are looking towards the same major as you. Maybe they're at that school already and you can ask them for help. Lastly, take a deep breath. This is a big decision and it's not going to come easy right away. If you break it down slowly, it'll help you cope with it easier and get along with things and break it down into smaller pieces. But it is going to take a while to figure out where you'd fit in perfectly. So don't rush it. Figure it out. It'll all be good. Good luck.